Hey, sorry about the resolution on this camera. It's a little bit lower, but life happened. So we're going to get this started back again. And hey, this is the first event that we've done with this. So hopefully you won't hold that against us.
Hooray.
I'll try to kickstart this back up here, get some people back. Ta-da! All right, we'll give it a couple minutes here. I have no idea what the hell that just happened.
You went incognito.
Okay. So we're back.
From outer space, with a sad look upon our face. Whatever.
That's what I deal with. If it's not this, then it's him holding up a baby doll in a dark corner, and no means no.
Hey, I'm not touching that one.
Okay. Give people a few more minutes here. So this is part 2. 3, sorry. Had to do my Kentucky math. First part didn't exist, so that's why I said 2. So
1 + 1 = 7?
Common Core math, yes, you're correct.
Oh, the theory of 7.
Right.
Not actually. Yeah, who knows?
Which was a great movie. I love the movie 7.
Yes.
Very great performance by Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt. If you haven't seen that movie, go rent it today from Blockbuster.
And by the guy we're not allowed to talk about anymore that actually didn't want to be his name in the credits anyway. If you know who I'm talking about, cool. If you don't, just watch the movie. 7 is an awesome movie. I think we're allowed to talk about it.
Who cares?
We're just saying it's awesome. It's in the box, man. Sorry, I had to get it out. Okay.
What's in the box? Oh.
I swear it's just water. So you think it is?
Yes. So what you need to do right now, whoever's watching this video, you need to tell your friend to tell their friends to tell 2 more friends, so that we get all kinds of people in this video. We're going to talk about Supernatural Paranormal University, which we've already talked about. We're going to kickstart and jump right into the wonderful world of Project Alpha, our paranormal evidence contest. And we want you to hear about it.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Puppy power! If you got that reference, you're an American.
The comedy will never stop people. Which is so funny.
Yes. So come on, come on, come on.
I'm not shy enough to not say it. Even the people that asked us to do this aren't. It's amazing how that works.
But it's all good.
Just here to help. We're gonna have fun with it anyway it goes.
Let me get this link out there to some groups. So while we're waiting for a few more people to show up, we get into the paranormal evidence contest. We want you to think about what your questions will be. Your questions can be anything about Supernatural and Paranormal University, Project Alpha, the Paranormal Evidence Contest. We got a lot of comments about that. Curiosity, excitement, even some controversy. So we're here to answer any and all questions about it, and we want you to come on now.
I mean, something that we've done is controversial? Something that we talked about?
Yes.
Oh, wow, that's a first. That never happens.
I know. It's amazing. So, come on over. Come on over. No, I'm not going to do it.
You were rolling, man.
Yeah, it was like Christina Aguilera. I mean, come on.
You were doing her justice.
I thought you were going to say doing her Justin. He did, and Brittany too. So everybody get over it.
The girls might not laugh, but Justin seems like the kind of guy that laugh about it.
Comments, questions. Hey, hello.
Concerns.
Welcome.
Ask whatever you want. I'll probably answer things that I shouldn't, but we're here to help and amuse, whatever we can do. Let us know.
Hey, Denny, how's it going? Hey, looking forward to you submitting some evidence into our paranormal evidence contest. So be sure you get that submitted. Ending date February 28th, midnight. Not 12:01, not 12:05, midnight. We want you to share your evidence. We want to get the evidence that you have and others and share that with our judges. They're going to select the best pieces of evidence out of everything submitted. And you know what else? What's going to happen with all that?
What's going to happen, Greg?
You're going to get some prizes.
Yay!
Yay! No, we can't get prizes. But we get the benefit of helping you get prizes.
I'll take that as a prize.
That's the biggest prize we could ever get.
Absolutely.
Because not only do first, second, and third place get the opportunity to get a gift card, which the amount is based upon the number of entries, a t-shirt from Custom Lifestyle Designs, also a book from yours truly, and was I in first place or third place? Anyway, all positions are going to get that, but grand prize winner is going to get their very own radio talk show,
yes,
provided by Let's Talk Radio Network, and they are going to give you that for 1 year. You have your own show for a year. You can talk about whatever you want, paranormal, the Dixie Chicks, if that's what you want to talk about, Matchbox cars, or even yodeling yoga. That's gonna be trending. Yodeling yoga.
I mean, that's kind of my thing, but whatever.
It's his thing. But
if you want to do a show about yodeling yoga, that's on you.
We'll talk about franchising and whatever. So Ryan Jones, what's up, buddy? Ryan's got a question. He's always wondered about the supernatural significance of the witching hour. Thank you for your question, Ryan.
Ooh, good question.
You want to take this one?
Okay, so, could it be 3 a.m.? Oh, I don't know. Yes. Okay. So, the witching hour. It is significant, bud, and there's a lot of different ways I could describe this. I don't mean to get vague, but first and foremost, I'll tell you to do your research. Keep doing your research, and then do some more research on top of the research. But you're asking us about it. So, why is it significant? how is it real that it's significant? Well, everything that I would talk about would get theoretical, but I can tell you this. It's been known throughout history. It's been called a lot more things than just 3 a.m. Because remember, these things, that's all a concept that we've made up. And no, I'm not meaning to sound that ridiculous. Yes, sundials and things are a thing, but time is theoretical, sir. So it's just like why a lot of hospitals and graveyards aren't haunted. A lot are. However, it's just sort of this ancient thing that just is. I could get into pagan theories on why. I could get into Jewish theories on why 3 a.m. I could get into Wiccan ones. I could even get into the science of it when it comes to lunar cycles and strength of waves and where the moon is sitting and why 3 a.m. is more potent during some months and less during others. Why you're probably going to get more of an effect when it's cold outside at 3 a.m. rather than when it's warm. That gets into energy theory, you see. So it's not that I'm not trying to answer, but it's that your question is totally awesome and totally meaningful. So, Rye, do your research, man, because that time, there is some dark strength to it, and there's a reason they chose it. But we're the ones that call it 3 a.m. On the other side, it might have a different one. And I'm telling you, I know what it is, but it'll do you so much more justice if you're able to find that one out. So I'll give you this piece of advice. Don't just get one book. Get 12.
Or 14.
Or 14. And then when you're done reading those 14, realize that that was like reading chapter 1. If you just read one school of thought, then you're severely lacking, sir. And if you're talking with us, I don't think you're somebody that is severely lacking. This field of research has so many pathways they can't be counted. And if you don't know the science of it, and the theoretical science of it, and the theological science of it, or just theological standpoint, if you don't want to say science on the end of that, and everything in between, every variation of all of those, and don't understand that they all have truth to them and mistruths to them. Once you get that, you're on the right path to get started. I hope that there was an answer inside of all of that, or at least you took there as one. I appreciate the question, and if you'd like more clarity, feel free to hit us again, or tell me I didn't make any sense. Again, this is open to however you want to ask questions. Ask whatever you like. I'll stop with just saying I hope that led you in the right direction, but
I want to say thank you all for joining us. Daryl, I see you joined us. Quick shout out to Daryl. He's done a lot of great things up at Poasttown Elementary in Middletown, Ohio. We haven't been there. We haven't had the pleasure of actually meeting him and working with him yet. But I know he's actually going through a little bit of a tough time right now. There's a big goal right now to save Poasttown, to help them out. You can visit that at their website at poasttownelementary.com. Daryl, help me out here. Make sure that's correct. Post it in the comments. We want you to go donate just a few bucks, whatever you can do to help out. Daryl and his wife would greatly appreciate it, and all the paranormal field should be great to help them out. Yeah, it's a very, very broad question, Ryan. There's a lot of things that go on in the occult world that a lot of people in this field don't understand. They view it as too taboo to touch, afraid, many things, many reasons why they don't want to talk about it, which we've gotten some controversy over the logo for Supernatural Paranormal University with an occult symbol in the top of it, which has nothing to do with the occult in our aspect. We're not worshiping Satan. We're not promoting occult activities or witchcraft or anything of that nature. It's here for educational purposes, because you as an investigator, if you get out into the field and come upon a case, you need to know what you're looking for. In the event that there could be some occult activity that's causing, the paranormal activity, those are certain things you need to be aware of. And that is why it's part of our logo. It's going to be part of the university group for educational purposes. We're not going to be sitting in here, whipping up spells, performing, love potions and get me rich quick schemes. No, that's not what it's about. It's about studying, education. Supernatural and Paranormal University is something meant to help everyone.
Totally agree with you, bud. Demonology is something that needs to be studied and understood. And apparently some people out there, okay, this is going to come across pompous. I really don't mean it to, which makes it sound even more pompous. Apparently there's some people that think I know what I'm talking about when it comes to things in that particular field of research. So, bud, just the fact that you're bringing up brings a smile to my face. And I know that might sound twisted, but I hope you understand what I mean when I say it. If that's another one of those things that you have to know about. Not everything out there is light and fluffy. Far from it. We've seen things that are light and fluffy, and we've seen the polar opposite. We have seen the worst of the worst, the stuff right out of horror movies. And we've seen things that are perfectly innocent. And we've been in homes where people wired them to look like they were haunted. Yes, I just said that. We've been in homes that were actually suffering from methane poisoning, so hallucinations. We've been in homes where it was more biochemically induced drugs. I'm not
drugs are bad.
Yeah. Okay. Wow, it's like I've said that before. Okay.
Counselor right here.
Guilty of many things. So the fact that you just brought up demonology, good for you, bud. Really, that's something that needs to be understood. And for anybody that thinks they're going to get into this field and not come across some pretty awful things, then, oh, wow, you came into the wrong field. This is not kittens and puppies, people. Although we've played with kittens and puppies that have passed on. Yes, I just said that.
And horses.
And horses. I had a dog lead me to an actual dead body. Yes, I just said that. That one got interesting. I'm not going to take up this whole show with talking about it, but feel free to ask about it later. I thought I was actually following a dog, like in need, to go help it. I had no idea that the dog had passed on with the person, and he was just getting our attention from the spiritual realm to help his master's body be found. Yeah, I really did just say all that. I promise. So, if anybody else has any questions, there's no passe subjects. Ask away. It's awesome to see you here. Again, we're just doing this because you asked us to. So, feel free to light it up. Right, good one, man.
So about this contest. We'll kind of talk about that a little bit here in just a moment. The contest is meant to be a fun and engaging way for us all to share evidence. First, second, third place winners are going to get a t-shirt, a book, a gift card with the dollar amount depending upon the amount of entries, because we're going to split it up. Everybody's going to win something in those first, second, third places. All the funds that are donated or paid to go into this contest go to the funds of the gift card, the t-shirt, the book. Also, the book is free. First place prize winner is going to get an awesome gift.
Very awesome.
It's super awesome. I'm jealous. I wish I could enter the contest, but we're not. We're keeping this completely impartial. It has nothing to do with us. That's how we are taking our ego away from this, which a lot of people would be afraid to do. We don't want any bias. We want our judges, who include Christina George, from the Paranormal Connections radio show. A lot of people have seen her on Facebook. You listen to her, along with Kat Hobson from the Paranormal Experience. Those are two of our judges. Our other judge is someone that's a little more popular. He's been on a few wonderful ghost hunting programs, if you want to call it that. He's traveled the world with Ghost Hunters International, and also in Australia. We're talking about Rob Demarest. Rob has been very grateful to donate his time to be a judge for this contest. He's asked for nothing in return, as all of our judges have done. So it's about putting the field above ourselves. And that's what everybody has done, along with our sponsors. We got Reverend Sean Whittington from Vegas Supernatural, who is a great sponsor of this as well. We got Gavin Kelly and Pollitt Purcell that is out there doing some wonderful things with their series on Amazon. You guys need to check that out. We have Haunted Journeys, that is shares a lot of public ghost hunting events and apps and stuff like that. So you should be able to check them out as well. They'll be all on the link. They've all been tagged in the posts that we've been putting out there about the contest. So be sure to check them out. It's about cooperation. This contest is meant to spur cooperation. Some people think that we're trying to get rich off of this or anything like that. It's nothing like that. All the funds, as I mentioned, are going to the gift card, T-shirt. You're getting a book, and the grand prize winner is getting their very own radio talk show that they can do whatever about. Paranormal, snails, herding goats, you name it. Or Noah's favorite,
yodeling yoga.
So if you have anything that you think is paranormal evidence, submit it. There's no right, there's no wrong. We're not debunking this. It's all in good fun. It's meant to bring the field together, and that's what we hope to do.
Truly so. So, what have you got to ask, people? We can keep talking about things that we've been through or seen, but again, we're here to help. So bring up some interesting subjects. Hello to everybody that has joined.
Oh, it's an earthquake. Oh, I'm just kidding.
Everybody else? Sorry, we know that there's, a plethora of subjects inside of the field of paranormal research, and some are passé. It's hard to talk about some of these things. But we're here to just open that door, to bring up whatever you want to bring up. Feel free to ask about whatever you want to. If we can answer it, we will. If we can't, we won't. But it'll start that line of communication. And ultimately, that's what we're looking to do here. Bring more people together, not separate them, like has happened so much lately. It'd be great if there was a sense of commonality. If there was just this tiniest sensation of cohesive nature when working in a field, that we should be able to work together instead of all these egos getting in the way. And it's funny. I've had so many people that have listened to things that I have to say, and wow, you've got this too much of a big ego yourself, and they really, well, they couldn't be farther from the truth. I do want people to be able to work together and come together and be able to talk about things that are legitimate to them and in reality should be to everybody. But so many of these subjects are passé, and that instant gratification that some of these people get, they watch a show or listen to a show and get that camera or that app on their phone, and they're now a professional investigator and they know everything about everything. And they're really just stepping on people that have been doing work in this field that will never be known for so long.
And that's the problem. That's why we started the Supernatural Paranormal University. It's not about us. There's too many times that evidence sits on a shelf, on a digital camera somewhere, on a digital voice recorder, a still camera, DVR system, you name it. You know, there is evidence out there that's going to waste via the field. If we can get as much data as we can, EMF, temperature, light spectrum that it's taken in, all these things to help find the Goldilocks zone, then this can be a respected science, because then we can perform experiments, we can do tests and everything, and develop equipment to find out why Slimer shows up, how Slimer shows up, and present better evidence to our clients. We can present more scientific evidence that has a lot more factual background than a lot of speculation that comes with everyone's evidence. There's rarely that anyone gets a Class A EVP where it clearly says, "Hi, I'm John, I'm dead." There's a lot of speculation that goes into all EVPs. You can hear one thing, I can hear something else. And when you put that conditioning onto the client, that's putting your interpretation onto it. We need to eliminate that. If it's ever going to become a respected field of science, there needs to be basic standards.
There you go, people. Here's a question for you. So, however you want to phrase that, we've got FLIR, we've got night vision, we've got every kind of camera you could name, all the equipment that you've seen, lots of equipment that you haven't seen. But typically what I use is an old school analog recorder and what most people would call a sonic ear. That's not exactly what it is, but if you're in this field, you probably know what I'm talking about. That's it. I've got all this equipment, but it's primarily for our team for use. When I'm doing what I do, that's pretty much all I use. So what do you use? Do you think that I'm off target? Do you understand why that's all I would have with me? Or not? So let us know. What some of the things that you use that you feel others should, or some of the things that you use that you don't feel others should use. Just talking about, let's get on the subject of technology, or old school, new school, what works better for you? What gets it done? If you're on here, let us know what you think. I'd be curious. Hey there, Mary Lee. Just trying to throw a shout out to the new people coming in.
Hello, welcome.
So, what kind of equipment do you use? What kind of equipment don't you use? This will probably inevitably lead up to my Ouija board tangent, but we'll leave that one for a few minutes from now.
It's coming. It's coming.
We're talking.
Soapbox right there. Yeah. I have it ready.
We're going to talk about Ouija boards. You might not like what I have to say, but I'm going to say it, and I'm right. Deal with it.
You're very welcome, Mary Lee. What do you do paranormal investigations? If so, Mary, what is your favorite piece of equipment?
How about it, Rye? Some of the things you've used? Rhonda, Leo, Marion, we're curious. What do you think we should be using? About the old baby powder in a black trash bag?
Dowsing rods, matchsticks. Let's see, what are some of the old
K2s, P2s? You like FLIR? You don't like FLIR? You want it black and white? You use digital? You use analog? How about Kinect sensors? I don't know if I could say the first part of that, so I won't, but maybe you know what I'm talking about. Full spectrums or not? How about no equipment? Anybody out there just use nothing? Just go by yourself? Pretty close to what I do. But I've got all the things, and there's a reason I have them. Kevin, what's up, buddy?
There's one thing that science is trying to catch up to, and that is to mimic what we feel. They're trying to do it with robots. They're trying to do it with all kinds of equipment. But ultimately, I believe, Noah believes that you, point right there, you are the best piece of paranormal evidence equipment that there could be. your feelings, your emotions, your mental capacity, your mental state, the environment. There's a whole bunch of things that go into play that science can't document what we feel. And that's what we want to get. We want to help develop equipment. We want to help get this as a bona fide scientific field. So I'd love to have a little magic genie for me to rub the lamp. Out comes Robin Williams, and he says, "Hey, how's it going? Oh, look at there!" And grants 3 wishes to where we can have instant gratification of scientific proof of the paranormal. It's not going to happen, though. Even though some cultures believe in genies. And that's something you need to know. And you're probably not going to learn a lot about it unless you are in Supernatural and Paranormal University. Because we're going to talk about all those kind of things.
Wait, you mean there's theories about genies?
There's theories about jinn.
That's
fairies.
a scary word. Actually, I hope I know what we're talking about when I say that. We haven't had to deal with one of those. Not good.
So, there's things that a lot of people just think that there is, old Bob who passed away and Mary, and they're the only ones who are communicating with us, and they're all just crazy old white people, but there's no Native Americans, there's no spirits or anything like that happens in this white neighborhood or whatever. That's bogus. Not everybody in Europe spoke English, but yet that's portrayed on a lot of programming and a lot of videos. Can spirits learn a different language after they've passed? Possible.
Yeah, let's dive into that one for just a second. So, even if you haven't liked them, you've probably watched a lot of the shows that have come out. And occasionally there's international ones. There's been some good, some not so good. But isn't it amazing that people from the U.S. go to these international sites where, areas where their English was never known, never spoken, but yet they go in there and speak English, and their EVPs are in English. And amazing how that works. I really want to go old school and just say not, but some people wouldn't even get the reference. So that just boils down to there are idiots in this field.
Yeah, because ultimately, if you are getting any type of spiritual activity, it's very unlikely that there is someone who, at that point in time, historically, was able to speak multiple languages. But not only that, you could be picking up something that's attached to you and not the location.
So true.
So that type of evidence has always been very, Hello, Jay. Thank you for joining us.
And Michael, good to see you, bud. Mike, I don't know. One of the two. I'm going to back up now because I probably somehow said it wrong.
If it's French, is it Michelle? I don't know.
We're trying to get people, bear with us. Howdy to you too. Awesome. What can we answer for you guys? We've talked about a lot of things. We're going to continue talking about a lot of things. Good, bad, and different. We brought up equipment a little bit ago. What do you use? What do you like to use? What do you not like to use? All leading up to my Ouija tangent soapbox that we're leading up to.
Sorry about my bald head in the camera.
I'm not sorry. Yeah.
Hey, as my grandfather once said, God's clearing off another spot for another face for me, and he loved me so much. And he also said that, I've had a lot of fun rubbing that off on headboards. So, moving on.
People, we try to be funny. I don't know if it works, but this is just us. Obviously, no scripting here.
Yeah, we joke and goof off a lot, but when it comes to our investigations, we're very serious. But that's something that people don't throw into their investigation either. You have to have different type of moods, mentalities. Not every spirit or thing that has passed is straight and narrow. Sometimes I like to have fun.
Okay. I don't know if you want me to bring up the name here. I really don't know if everybody can see the posting.
Yeah.
That's how computer, illiterate I am. Not illiterate, sorry. Wrong use to that. But for the young lady that just brought that up, I don't know your case particularly, so I'm going to give a super general fix here. It's nothing that'll hurt, even if it doesn't help, because again, it's case dependent. But I'm going to tell you to go get a white candle, tea light, just a white candle. And yes, I know it seems ridiculous, the significance of it being a white candle, but it's not. Again, this has to do with theory. So do me a favor, get one of those, crack a window just a little bit. I hope it's not too cold where you are, but you're going to light that white candle, you're going to put it right near the window. Please clear the drapes away. Really don't want a fire or anything here.
Yes, no fire.
You're going to go to your room, you're going to sit on the bed, you're going to light that white candle, you're going to crack that window just a little bit, and you're going to let whatever it is know that you deserve peace, and so do they. And this is you giving them the opportunity to leave in peace. I'm not going to go much further. I truly hope this helps. And I know it's really just this little tiny thing. It's nothing that's going to hurt. And I will gladly dive into this further later with you. Maybe we can even help a bit further. Again, that's why we're in it. But you never know. That might just get it done. Feel free to ask more, bring up more. But again, white candle, cracked window, and just let them know that you deserve peace, and so do they. So you're letting them carry on with the peace that they deserve.
Yeah, a lot of people, it's frightening when you have an experience where something is attacking you. And I'm not making light of your situation, but it could be something that's just trying to get your attention. And it doesn't necessarily mean that it's something, demonic or evil or anything of that nature. One thing I've always tried to explain to our clients is, put yourself, just imagine, if you will, if you are in a room surrounded by windows, you can see everything out, but nobody can seem to see you. You beat on windows, you beat on walls, you beat on doors. No one ever acknowledges that you're there. And finally, one day, you're so frustrated that you use all your energy to punch through that window and touch somebody. That is something else, like an experience that could be best described for a spirit or a ghost, or however you want to describe it. These entities are in our world or crossing of dimensions, depending on, we don't know. No one knows. But could be trying to get your attention. As far as they know, they're walking around in their everyday life, and suddenly they see a stranger in their home. Why are you doing here? Get out. You're not acknowledging. You're not responding to them. And finally, they reach out and scratch you, or they push you, or they knock you down. It's just them trying to get your attention. Not everything is evil or demonic or bad that is going to harm you. Hello, Teresa. Hello, everybody watching. We greatly appreciate everybody taking part of this. We're talking about the Supernatural Paranormal University and our Paranormal Evidence Contest. We're asking all kinds of questions. Please feel free to ask away. Ask about the university, how you can get involved, and the Paranormal Evidence Contest. Wow, it's a very interesting scenario there, Alana.
Truly so.
Yeah, no one truly understands the paranormal field. And, as we've said earlier, there are no experts. What we hope to do with the Supernatural and Paranormal University is to put experts in this field. We're hoping to get some accredited degrees, such as, forensic photo and video analysis. That way, when you go to an investigation and you have that degree behind your name, when you present something that is not debunkable, unknown, you have a little more validity when you add that to your client than what Joe the plumber does, or what Pete the farmer does. And I take nothing away from them and their livelihoods, but it's all about what you can prove. And people are going to take the word of someone who has a degree behind their name with a lot more validity and respect than somebody off the street that they don't know.
We're not saying that brings like tinglies to either one of us. We're working the best we can inside of the system, the best that we can. Please understand that
the system has to change.
Yeah. We're just attempting to bring more people together, bring more things to light, and help all those that we can. We're not saying that everybody with a degree in every field is perfect.
No.
But we're attempting to bring just that little bit more of a sense of unity and understanding with everybody. And yes, Alana, you're right. Not everything is meant as bad. Not everything is meant as good. We brought this up before. We've dealt with Casper the Friendly Ghost, and if I'm not allowed to talk about that, sorry. And the worst of the worst, the things right out of horror movies and everything in between. We've seen good, bad, indifferent. We've seen things that come across bad, and all they were trying to do was reach out for help. We've absolutely seen that. Think about a kid that just wants to play, that doesn't really know how to yet, that'll hit or kick or punch or scratch. Well, think about this in a similar way. Maybe they meant to. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they spent 62 years locked in a room and couldn't figure out how to exert enough energy to get somebody's attention. And the first time they do, it comes across as knocking somebody off a bed or knocking somebody through a window. It's tragic. It's unfortunate, but it happens. And then, if I'm going to throw that out there, then there's the other side of it as well. There's the polar opposite.
Exactly, Teresa.
Spot on.
It's spirits get frustrated, ghosts get frustrated, whatever you want to call them. The same as we do. They're no different when they pass. And that's a theory that a lot of people have. And from evidence that we've documented and presented to clients that could verify, their voice of their deceased loved one, and etc., is back that up. If you're a grouchy asshole in this world, chances are you're a grouchy asshole in the next world. And, sorry to be so brash about that, but that's the truth. Your personality doesn't change. But what is a spirit? What is a ghost? No one really knows. Could it be another dimension bumping into ours? That's what we need to find out. We need to find scientific evidence. The only way that's ever going to happen is if you and us and everyone around shares evidence and data so that we can help build future equipment, build future scientific tests to get this as a respected field, and then find those answers. CERN, everybody went crazy when a CERN scientist came out from Switzerland, the big particle accelerator. For those who don't know what CERN is, in Geneva, Switzerland, one of the scientists came forward several months back, maybe a year ago, and said they proved that ghosts do not exist. And a lot of people were sharing that around, that are in the field and saying, look, they proved that they don't exist. Ghosts don't exist. What are we doing? This is ridiculous. And, it just brought me back to Thomas Edison. When he built the light bulb, he tried 1,000 different times to invent the light bulb. Failed every time until he created the filament light bulb that a lot of people still use in their homes today. So that's one example of them finding no evidence of ghosts or whatever you want to call it. That's just one path. They've eliminated one route. There's still 2,000, 10,000 other routes out there.
People, we live in a world now that not all that long ago, in the grand scheme of things, people proved that the earth was flat.
Some people still think it is.
It's been proven that the Earth is the center of the universe. It's been proven that we are the only solar system, that there's nothing beyond us. You know, all these things have been scientifically proven, but yet they're not true, and they've been scientifically disproven. And, you know, you got to look at it like that. It's paranormal science is real. Ghosts are real. Aliens are real. There's those that agree with those and those that are schmucks. And again, I don't have a more polite way to say that because I'm right. Everybody in here has seen something, has been through something. Maybe you talk about it, maybe you don't. Maybe you're understanding about it, maybe you're not. But I'm not quite sure what you mean there, buddy, but
hold on, Dustin. Ta-da! It's a pen.
Wow, it's magic. So I hope you get my point there. You know, there's people that aren't going to buy into this, and they're allowed not to. I mean, they're wrong, but it's okay. They're allowed to be wrong. And yes, I don't phrase things so polite sometimes, but that's just the way it is. You know, we're here to deal in reality. Smiling. Sorry, I didn't mean to not smile. Just my normal face. It's awful. I'm sorry, people. Just trying to help, though.
Dustin and I went to high school together.
Oh, okay.
Had a lot of good times in ROTC. Cutting and housing tobacco and you name it.
Well, you know, people ask away. We're just doing whatever we can for everybody here. Wow. When you get those texts about what's going on that you can't show, oh, thanks, guys.
I'll let you have Dustin's comment right here.
Oh, all right, Dustin. Okay, so I mean, I know you're a snowflake and all, and you're unique and you're individual. No. See, now I'm making you laugh too. And I probably just offended somebody by saying that. I'm sorry. You know, we're just trying to be real.
Careful, because you could end up with opposition research submitted to a government police agency. Oh, I'm just going to leave it there.
Oh, going deep. Going deep. Okay. Buddy, we do what we can for whoever we can, whenever we can. I'm sure you've spoken with him about this before. I know. You meant no. I understand typoes. I can't type either. So we've probably been to places that we can't, well, no, we have been to places that we can't talk about due to confidentiality. We respect that. But we'd like to go to a lot more. But the unfortunate reality, time and money, they're both hard to get more of. And I wish that wasn't true. We're not in this to make money. We never have been. But we don't go to places that you got to pay for because we're here to help. And I understand why there's places that are to get paid for, but a lot of them don't want help because that's how they make their business. We try to respect that. I know I kind of opened up a whole door here. You're right. Some are very close, and
quite a few we've been to.
Yeah, we get the time, we'll go to more. Again, we've both been doing this for your kids, and it's not going to stop anytime soon. Jeremy, how you doing, bud? Go ahead, I'll back up.
But yeah, like Noah was saying, there's a lot of places that we've been to that we really, don't talk about. We're not like a lot of groups that, publish every piece of dust or, supposed evidence on YouTube. We're not trying to do that. We're not trying to make ourselves superstars or anything like that in the paranormal field or a paranormal celebrity. Our intention is to help those people who need help. And that's ultimately what we have to do. Would we love to go to, places that, that charge? Sure, we absolutely would. We want to document as much evidence as we can, help as many living and non-living people as we can. And, that's unfortunately a drawback because, as Noah mentioned, there are some places that don't want you to help when you go there. They want their money-making opportunity to stay there. If someone goes into a location and helps a spirit pass, and that may be the only spirit there, then sooner or later some people are going to say there's nothing there. There's no evidence. Why am I going here? And people are going to stop going. And
please understand, we're not saying we're going to clear every location we're in. Sometimes that's not what's needed.
Hi, Greta.
Yeah, hi, Greta. We're not, but we are there to ultimately help, be it a location or a person, a child, a community. And I've been places before where they've asked us not to do that, and I don't really know how to say this one politely, and again, I usually don't. It's not up to you whether somebody gets helped. People are hardwired to do things, and if it needs to pass on, go through that door, if it needs to leave, if it's hurting you or somebody else, if it's not here for a good reason, if there's not a purpose in it, then we're going to do what we have to do. You can't stop that. You shouldn't stop that. And if you're trying to, you're in the wrong. Now, there's a good chance that nobody in here is one of these people that would want hurt to continue. But I just can't talk about a subject like this and not bring it up like that. So I hope you understand.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword. You want to help the people living, you want to help those that have passed, and it's kind of a very, very hard thing to say no to one or the other. And unfortunately, there's times like that it happens. There's places we've been to that we've done everything we could and called in others to help and everything to get rid of things that no one is ever going to get rid of. We've tried, we failed just like everyone else, and we've succeeded just like some others. The only way you're ever going to succeed is by failing. You're not going to win every battle, but it's what we're trying to do. Next question.
If anybody else has anything else they'd like to talk about, equipment-wise, or questions about the university, questions about Project Alpha, questions about our backgrounds, what we're doing in this field, feel free. Again, we're doing this because it was requested, so we're here for you.
We've gotten a lot of comments, questions, controversy, remarks about the university, about the contest. We're to answer all those. So, unfortunately, we had an investigation tonight that the family was very ill with the flu. We wish them to a speedy recovery and hope to get to them as soon as we can, as soon as they're able to let us come. And stuff like that happens.
That's the way it goes sometimes. So, what else would you like to talk about?
Excuse me. Good old Herm, Jeremy Jordan. What's up, buddy? Still playing ball?
Again, obviously not scripted. Just going to keep rehashing that.
Basketball, let me clarify. Not playing with, any other balls.
No.
I'm sure that's probably happened too, but moving on.
Oh.
Hey, it's reality. It's what happened. I'm going to take a second here. I'm going to post a link into this video. that's going to show some of the wonderful evidence.
Sean, thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
That we've captured, that we're putting up as a demonstration so that others can see some of the evidence that we're kind of looking for. And Gavin Kelly and Paula Purcell from Phantasmic Ghost Hunters has contributed to this as well. So they've presented some evidence that is pretty interesting. So this link will show some of our sponsors for the contest. You'll also see some evidence that we've captured in there. So please feel free to take a look at it.
This one goes out to your mom. Yes, definitely. Some visits can just be angelic in nature. Some people might not use the term angelic. I hope you respect why I got to say it that way. But whatever terminology you use there, or someone just letting you know that they're watching over you, that is absolutely a real thing. Thank you for bringing it up. But again, if I say that light and fluffy side of it, that means that, concept of yin and yang, good and bad, there's the other side of it too. So be careful, people. You never know what might be out there. I'm not saying live in fear, but just be careful. Be aware. Know what you're doing. Don't mess with things you shouldn't. Got that link posted for him?
Yeah, it should be in the comments. You should be able to see that. Some very good evidence, if I do say so myself, and I do.
Say so yourself.
Let's take a look. Hopefully, we're going to be joined, by some of our wonderful judges. Hopefully, Christina, Kat, if you're out there, Gavin, come on in. We're awaiting your arrival. See if you guys have anything you'd like to add to the wonderful conversation, or questions, or comments. Come on down. You're the next contestant on this
Paranormal Nights.
Yeah.
I really doubt we're as funny as we think we are.
We're
laughing.
We're probably not that funny.
Try like a funny limerick or something. There once was a man from Nantucket.
No.
No? Okay. All right. Sorry. Somewhat
Too many variations to that one.
I hope somebody smiled. Whatever. I'll keep trying. All right. Does anybody want the Ouija board tangent? I'm talking about these things. I'm going to do it at some point.
It's coming.
You let me know. If you'd like it, tell me. If not, I'll keep it shut for a little bit longer. I can hold back for just a little bit longer.
Okay. So apparently, I think Mary's ready for it. The Ouija board.
Mary? Okay. All right, Mary. You have made the request. Here's the Ouija board tangent.
First, before he starts, we have to provide any and all disclaimers. This is our opinion and our opinion only, based upon factual evidence that we have may or may not have experienced ourselves. And I'm really just kind of bullshitting this disclaimer, but to let you know that we're going to tell you how it is.
Okay. I will say this directly. I am speaking to everyone directly. You're offended, you're not offended. It is what it is. I'm not going to budge on this one. I'm right. It's not just an opinion, period. Yes, I just said it like that. I know how abrasive that is, but here we go. Stop using Ouija boards. You don't know how to control them. You don't know anybody that knows how to control them, especially if you think you do. Your neighbor down the street, the lady with the palm on the glass outside her window that says tarot cards reading here, she doesn't know how to use one either. You didn't know how to use one when you were a kid and you tried to use it. You don't know how to use one now. You haven't done enough research to know how to control one. Stop using Ouija boards. They're not a toy. They've never been a toy. They shouldn't be used. I don't respect anybody that thinks that they're a toy or puts them in front of other people. Am I hammering the point here? Am I getting the point across? If you are using them, stop. You don't know how to control it. I'm right, you're wrong, period. Guy, girl, any variation, either one of those, any nationality, any religion. I don't know how much more expressive I can get there. They're not toys. The company that makes them as a toy can kiss something that I promise will be very unpleasant. They shouldn't be on kids' backpacks. They shouldn't be on lunch boxes. They shouldn't be making movies about them. You don't know what you're talking to, especially if you think you do. Take a breath. I could keep going. My general point, they're not toys. They shouldn't be used as toys. They've never been toys. You don't know how to control them. You don't know anybody that knows how to control them. And if you disagree with me, you're wrong.
Basically what he's saying is that a Ouija board is the equivalent to a 12-gauge shotgun in the spiritual sense that, that's fully loaded. You're playing Russian roulette every time you touch it, and you pull that trigger, well, these days it's going to blow your face off.
All of a sudden it's, hey, Captain Howdy. Maybe you know what I'm talking about, maybe you don't. Props to you if you do. But you don't know what you're messing with. You don't know who's on the other end of that. And you never know what it might cause. Maybe it'll cause an entire family to basically end up dead. Ooh, it's like I'm almost talking about something that just recently happened, huh? Yes, it did. Bad things happen from Ouija boards or variants of Ouija boards. Stop using them.
Some people are going to be, critics of that comment and say, I've used it 1 billion times. Nothing's ever happened. Just like the analogy that I made with that virtual spiritual shotgun. It just takes once. Doesn't matter if you've done it 10 million times, 250 million times, or twice, or once. Just takes once. Anytime you give any object or any spiritual thing power over you, you are opening yourself up vulnerable, making yourself vulnerable to what can happen. And that's what happens each and every time you use a Ouija board.
Now, for the reason I went off on that tangent, maybe you're still with me. Hopefully that rant didn't lose you. The reason I say it like that with such passion is because your life is important. If I am the tiniest part of getting you to a safe place in your world in which you don't end up dead or hurt or hurting those around you because of this little tangent, then fantastic. I'm not ragging on you in any way. And by you, I'm just meaning in general. I explained that when we started out. I'm meaning to everybody. So if you take it personally, you take it personally. If you don't, you don't. If you don't mess with them already, good. Keep not messing with them. I don't want you hurt. I don't want those around you hurt. I'd like you safe. And when you use Ouija boards, you're not safe. When you use variants of Ouija boards, you're not safe. Please understand, they're not toys. Stop playing with them.
So yeah, that's a very good point. A lot of people have made that I've talked to that have rebutted everything that we just said and said that, they have done wonderful things with them. Eventually something's going to happen that may or may not affect you. If you're playing with this thing over multiple locations, dragging it from this place to that place, there's a little thing that a lot of people in this field would like to call spiritual attachment. And guess what? Just like setting your briefcase or your wallet down in some water or in some Kool-Aid, there's a little bit of staining on that. And when you take it and move it from your countertop to your coffee table, some of it leaks out and stains on your table. That's what an Ouija board does. It opens the doorway to everything that can come through that. Something will come through and make itself known. Sometimes it'll just come through. And then you drop it off some other place you're using it, and it decides to stay there. You leave, go on, think nothing happened, and then guess what? Living hell breaks out on the place you left it. So there's a whole lot of factors that go into this. It's not a toy. Its residue can spread like a wildfire. When the wrong thing comes through, it's not pleasant. A lot of people have suffered. A lot of people that have played with it have lost their lives, or others have lost their lives. It's not just about you, because sometimes it may not affect you, but it could affect little Timmy or Tommy or Gina or whoever is at that location after you leave. So you can't, shouldn't, our opinion, don't touch it. Seances is just kind of another thing. And a lot of people have rebutted and said, about the spirit box, that it's a digital Ouija board. You can call it what you want. You can put your own aspects into it. The way we look at the spirit box is it's allowing everyone using it to document what's there. You're not summoning, you're not conjuring the way you are with a Ouija board. So, there's a lot of controversy on that subject. A lot of people will say and put their opinion in how they are. It's a frightening thing. And if you have never experienced anything demonic, if you haven't experienced anything negative, I pray to God you never do. But there's the possibility of that happening. And when that does happen, you're part of the reason it did.
Lori, thank you. Mary Lee, Diana, I like your points. Thank you for adding into the conversation. Again, it's just about keeping that open forum. Dreama, gosh, it's like I've spoken to you before about something.
Hi, Lori.
I think I might know her. Lori, great to hear from you.
Lori was actually one of our clients.
Mm-hmm.
We have a brief video on YouTube that Lori asked us to put up so that she could share with her family and friends about their experience that happened there. Good to hear from you, Lori. Good to hear that everything is still going good.
We're just happy to be the smallest part of your family home. It's not that it wasn't pleasant before. It's just that you deserved a sense of peace that I think was taken away from some of the people for some time. You're an awesome person, and you have a warm and inviting home. And unfortunately, there was a thing or two there that didn't want that to be as warm as inviting. And you're too awesome of a person, and you have too awesome of people around you to have to be bullied or to have to suffer through anything. So, Lori, thank you for having us there. We look forward to speaking to you again soon. And, I just hope things continue on the right path.
This has been a lot of fun, exciting. We've had some technical glitches that's got us to where we are now. We ran a little over our time we allotted for tonight. But this is fun. This is entertaining. It's engaging. This is what the Supernatural Paranormal University is about. This is what Paranormal Nights is about, is helping each other, uniting each other, doing what we can to help our clients. So, if you're interested in getting involved in Supernatural Paranormal University, we're looking for any and everyone. Everyone has a voice at the table. No one is going to be pushed away. No one is, going to be outspoken enough. Because if it's controversial, if it's meaning enough, then that means people care. And ultimately, we want everyone who cares, everyone who takes this seriously, from the hobbyist to the diehard investigator, to work together and make this a success. And together we can do that. I'm not going to do it alone. He's not going to do it alone. You're not going to do it alone. But we can do it together. So, Mary, you have a question about superstition. It's a huge problem of yours. Superstitions, I'm going to let Noah take this one.
Okay. Superstitions, like almost any other theory, yes, I just said that, they're based in something. Somewhere started it, once upon a day, stepping on a back, breaking a mirror. You never know. They're all rooted in something. But please understand, mind over matter. Hey again, Sean. So, Mary, I wouldn't say that it's a huge problem of yours, really. It's just a roadblock. And perhaps you can look into ways, or we could lead you down some pathways to, as I would say, get you some C4 and blow the hell out of the roadblock. Because you don't deserve to live with any fears. I'm not saying to be to not be cautious about certain things, but don't let any of these superstitions control you. And I know that's easier said than done. The things that you brought up already, just in conversing tonight, you've shown the strength that you have. So no superstition deserves to hold you down. Nothing paranormal deserves to hold you down, nor does it deserve to hold anybody down. Superstitions are based in something that did happen once upon a day, but any and everything is overcomable. Humanity has proven that time and time again. So, although they're legit, and I understand them, and I respect that you just brought it up, please know that nothing deserves to control you but you. No idea, no superstition, no fear. You know, it's said, psychological theory says that every person on the face of this planet has a straight up phobia. Just that level of fear. But where it gets more interesting is some people might even pass away without ever knowing what that phobia was. I'm not talking about fears, I'm talking about phobias. But a true phobia is even something that's overcomable. So something that is a true phobia that can just lock a person's down, that can trap them, is something that people can get past, and that I'd like to say a superstition is as well.
You know, there's also a lot of things that come from superstition, from legends and fairy tales and old wives' tales, and a lot of those are created from scenarios that happen. You know, a black cat crossing your path, giving you bad luck. Just one example. So, you know, those things come from the good old country, you know, way back when everything was a superstition. Everything was, you know, in that time period left up to the gods. It was the gods' choice of why your crop grew and why it didn't. You had to sacrifice more goats or more sheep, or some cultures people, to get your crop yield. You know, there's a whole lot of things that come from superstition. Walking under a ladder, you know, I agree with you. It's kind of a just-in-case scenario. You know, don't do it because you don't want to bring on bad mojo, bad luck. I agree with you. You know, it's something to be cautious of, but don't put a whole lot of salt into it. You know, be careful in everything that you do.
Hello to Mary Jessie, or I would go with MJ. And if I just offended you, sorry.
Spider-Man fan, 100%.
I really am. Oh, Marvel. Looking forward to one in a few weeks. No, I'm not talking about movies. I will never stop.
You know,
movies a lot.
I think we should do this one. You know, once a once a week about movies. Just about movies.
Boy, that's...
Maybe movies that are in this room.
Oh, there's a few.
There's like 1 or 2,000.
Yes.
Or 3.
That's about right.
Lost count. A whole bunch. So we could talk about movies and break a movie down all that we can. But right now, what you're going to want to do is visit a wonderful website, Custom Lifestyle Designs. You're going to look for a book called The Last Goodbye by yours truly. And go ahead and buy that right now. I'll autograph it to you and put it in the mail and send it your way.
He deserves to do at least a plug. Come on.
Shameless plug. Had to throw it in there. But you can also buy some other great stuff.
So we hope that this has been semi-educational, semi-fun, made you laugh a few times, that we've gotten some points across. We look forward to doing it again. Again, we're doing this upon request from you, viewers, from some that have made it, some that haven't this evening. Again, come up with questions, and next time we get this set, throw them at us. We're here to help. We hope we did. That's been our goal since childhood, and it's just going to continue to be. Okay.
So what scares you? Tell us some of your paranormal experiences in the comments. We'd love to hear it. That's right, Mary. It's called The Last Goodbye. You can also purchase it on Amazon, but it will not have an autograph from yours truly. But it's a good book. It's a great book. Yes.
I didn't write it, but I'll sign it. Whatever it makes people happy.
Yeah, there's a few copies floating around. If you do purchase it or read it through Kindle, I think you can get it through Kindle on Amazon for free. I really shouldn't say that, but I did. So go there, get it for free if you have a Kindle. I think they're still doing that with Amazon Prime. And if you read it, buy the book, whatever, leave a review, please. An honest review. Not a review that says, Greg gave this book to me or sold it to me and I have to leave a good review. No. If you think the book sucked, put in there you think it sucked. If you think it was great, put in there you think it was great. If you think that it should have had more dogs, you get the point. There's actually no dog here. PETA, don't come after me. Just saying.
Well, that's about all I've got for the evening.
Drum roll, please. Any last questions, comments? Yodeling yoga techniques for Noah to practice when he gets home?
I hope you had a good time with us. We look forward to seeing everybody again, answering your questions, trying to be relatively amusing, relatively educational, and go over some awesome subjects.
Yes. Mom, Noah is actually going to write a book. I've had to bend his ear to do it. He's going to do it.
I'm going to say this out of humor, but it's a real thing. I actually need a ghostwriter. I don't know how to put these things down on paper. It's probably going to happen, and thank you for pushing me that direction. I've been asked to do one for like 15 years, so there'd even be more in it at this point. What's more interesting to talk about is if it ever got its Hollywood treatment, who the heck would play who? Wow.
I got to say, Denzel Washington's playing you.
Absolutely. That guy is awesome.
I mean,
perfect.
I mean, you guys are like two peas in a pod.
Absolutely.
I think if I was ever in a movie portrayed, it would have to be. I'm not sure where he's going with this. It's a trick question. I mean, I really don't know who would portray me. Who would you think would portray me? Shelley Duvall. Shelley Duvall would portray me.
Shelley Duvall. Absolutely. She's had some interesting thoughts lately. Well, not lately. Wow, I just said that. You know what? Scratch that. Edit that part. All right. Can you tell we're getting a little delirious at this point?
Vin Diesel. Come on, Mom. Be serious. There's a better chance of Richard Pryor playing me than Vin Diesel. I'm sorry.
He was a funny comic. Awesome.
A very funny
Legend
man.
of it.
Love his work.
Yes. Legendary guy.
I meant that no way in any disrespect or anything.
Mary, right back at you. It's been fantastic. Feel free to hit us up anytime. Again, we do this a lot more than the last hour and a half. This is This is a significant portion of both of our lives. I wish it could be even more so, but sometimes the world gets in the way of that.
We've talked with a few. We've talked with a few studios, and things haven't worked out either on their end or our end. And if that ever happens, it happens. And we never put a lot of stock into that. We never, set out to do this, to do any type of paranormal show. We've tossed around our own ideas and our own submissions. That doesn't mean that it wouldn't be an awesome adventure, but it's not about making money. We want to try to help as many people, as much as people as we can. And that would be a great avenue to explore and investigate, and help spread our education and others around the world. So, and you're right, Mary. A lot of superstitions come from heritage, passed down from generation to generation. It's fun. It's all in how you look at it.
Mary, perhaps there's some things we could talk about a little later on, along the lines of the things that have been passed down through your lineage and the heritage of your family. Maybe it's time. Maybe, again, I don't know the case, but maybe it's time some things are put to rest. Perhaps not. It's just general conversation at this point. But maybe we could look into moving a little further. I look forward to continuing. Little shout out to all my brothers, all 68 of them. Some people are going to understand that, some aren't. Yeah.
He left it at 68 because he's going to owe you one.
Really? Really, man? You're going to close with that level of... Okay.
Just
all
saying.
Right.
Just saying.
This is us. Take it or leave it. Boom.
All right. So this has been a great experience. Hopefully, the next one we do won't be too far away. Maybe in a week or so. Maybe 2 weeks. Maybe 3 or 4 days. I don't know. We'll schedule it. We'll figure it out. We look to answer more questions and concerns with the Supernatural Paranormal University, how we can collectively move it forward, and the contest that ends February 28th, 2018. Go to Supernatural and Paranormal University, select the flyer. You'll see how to enter this contest, submit your paranormal evidence, what you think is paranormal, and a brief little 1 or 2 paragraph explanation of what we're looking for, or be able to point it out what is the evidence that you're claiming. This is not a debunking contest. This is not us take your evidence, put it in a book or in a movie or a video contest. No. This is a contest to bolster sharing in the paranormal community. We want everyone to work together so that we can help find the Goldilocks zone of paranormal activity and develop better equipment, techniques, and experiments to present better evidence, find better answers for our clients, and make this field a valid scientific field. And I said all that without taking too many breaths.
Submit to Project Alpha. Submit.
Hello, everybody late joining us. Go visit the Facebook page. Submit your evidence. Even if you want to submit one of those fake apps, we're not going to turn it away, but you're probably not going to win. But
if you feel that you captured something legit with it, stand behind it. Let's see what you got. All about bringing people together.
Goldilocks, yes. That is a great thing. We need, 3 bears? So
1, 2.
Well, I guess
we
need a baby bear.
You got 30 of them upstairs.
Very, very true. Oh, wait.
I don't know what he's doing. And I'm more awkward in front of a camera than you probably think. Or maybe you know. We'll roll with it. Okay, something's going to be funny in a minute. I swear. This will get amusing. If I stand up, you're just going to hear my knees pop. He's going to show up with something. It's going to make you laugh. I promise. Whatever he's up to. And here he goes.
Well, it's a lot of buildup. I don't know if I can handle all that or not, but we're can't tap dance. He's pretty good at it, but ta-da! We found the baby bear.
I told you it'd be worth it. Maybe you think it is, maybe you don't.
It's really.
We laugh at each other. That's hopefully it at least made you smile for a minute.
One thing we've kind of toyed around the idea with is doing a lot more of these. So if you want to see more of these, if you want to maybe even see the Paranormal Nights on radio show, put in the comments there. Comments. Let us know what you want to talk about. Let us know if you want to see that from us. Hopefully you've had a good time tonight. Hopefully that didn't scare you too bad. Ah! Maybe it did. Noah is an addiction counselor. I'm a counselor to a degree. So hopefully, if that scared the shit out of you, we can counsel you back out of it.
Certainly. Attempt. I'll work with you.
And if not, he can start his own yodeling yoga studio and teach you that. Truth be known,
You want to see me limbo? I promise. It warms my heart that you want to see that. But let's be real, you don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. Nobody ever wants to see that. Certain people should be seen doing certain things. One of the things that I should not be seen doing is dancing, or limbo, or tap. Again, warms the very cockles of my heart. It would be so. Oh, see, I wasn't going dirty with it.
Sorry.
It was a Dennis Leary shout out. Just, someday, maybe I'll hear from that dude. He is awesome and hysterical. And who knows, maybe I just aggravated somebody because I said I like Dennis Leary. Oh my God, I can't do this anymore. I am talked out.
This has been a fun night. So, so the bear made you jump. That's kind of funny. What's really funny is I got to tell a story. We did an investigation several years back in eastern Kentucky at this location, and a very active location. Had some very incredible evidence caught on a phone by our client that was very impressive. And throughout the night, we had a lot of experiences. We had a refrigerator with an ice maker in it that was unhooked from a water source. The ice maker was broken, and no ice in the refrigerator, but magically threw a piece of ice at him.
Across the room.
Across the room.
Not just fall out of the fridge.
Sean Moeller was there. He was there with us.
Hi. How you doing, buddy?
And throughout this night, not only did we see, their little dog, you could see the fur being graced down and across the room. There was no fan, no air conditioning on or anything like that. Like someone was petting it as it stood in front of an Xbox and a TV that turned on by itself.
After I asked if it wanted to play games, it turned on an Xbox. That was pretty solid answer there.
So, threw ice at us. It threw it at everybody. You both were in the same area. So, through the ice, and then later on, we're into one of the client's bedrooms, complete darkness, only a little bit of light from the hallway illuminating the room. We're all sitting around the room asking for signs of activity, if something was there to let us know. And as this happens, this guy right here, I did not see sneak into the room. He sat down at the end of the bed. It's complete darkness. So I'm sitting there on the bed and I ask question, is there anything here? Can you give us a sign? And then out of nowhere, I see this. Well, not this, but it was a baby doll floating in the middle of the air. Scared the shit out of me. Ah! So I jumped. It was fun, all good fun. And, that's the kind of things we do on investigations also. No, it did not win the Xbox. It didn't play, but it did turn it on and off. It was a pretty creepy place.
Rodney, how you doing, buddy?
I think we've tried to end this like 35 times, and it just keeps going, and we keep having more fun, more conversations. And this really should be filled with like some type of malt adult beverage, but it's not. It's just water.
Sean, nice to see you on here, brother. So I guess before we really do close, anybody have any questions? Anything we can go over?
For the 75th time.
It's not. There's no problem with that. Again, thank you for being active with us, talking, bringing up subjects. We truly enjoy it. And again, we're just here to help. I hope that you've laughed, learned, and we look forward to doing more.
If you cried, I'm sorry. I can't help being this ugly. And it's just is.
And again, you don't want to see me do the limbo or tap dance. I don't even want to see that. That's a bad thing.
So here comes another question from a one Cian Mulhair. It's
okay,
got to be
French.
Scottish or French, or yes,
or something.
Cian Mulhair. Do you believe in ghosts?
Buddy, I think I might have seen a few, maybe, by chance. I don't even know what she's saying yes to, but I think I missed something somewhere.
So, Cian Mulhair, we want to thank you for your valid question.
Yes, Mr. Cian.
Cian.
I believe in ghosts. Do you?
Can we even hum the tune?
I don't know. We're already
probably
being sued
not.
for copyright infringement.
I'm sure probably like 75,000 times tonight we've said something that's
We're not supposed to.
Trademarked or copyrighted or.
Christian, buddy, I'm actually originally an East Coast kid myself. I'd like to make it back there sometime. It's funny. I lived here after early childhood, and when I moved back here a couple years ago, the first thing I wanted, I don't even know if I could mention that I wanted Skyline Chili. Am I allowed to say that?
Skyline Chili is in part, no part, a sponsor of this broadcast, but if you'd like to be for future broadcasts, contact us at paranormal_nights@yahoo.com for sponsorship details.
So I understand why you would want some Donatos out there. I don't know if I was allowed to say Donatos. Whatever. We're not good with
Donatos is not a sponsor of this broadcast, but if you'd like to be a sponsor of the broadcast, please submit your inquiry to sponsorship opportunities at paranormal_nights@yahoo.com.
Ms. Cross, I'm glad that we've been a source of amusement. Really, this is just us. We like to talk about real things. with a sense of humor. It's just who we are. Your phone laughed. All right, that's awesome. Boy, I could really run with the Italian accent thing, but I don't. I think people would think, no. Maybe next time. I don't know just how far we can push this.
Hey, push it, right? Push it real good. There's another one.
Okay, there. You got me to dance.
You got the
That
dance.
was so awful.
You
I'm
got the
sorry,
no dance.
people. Okay.
Sean, for you, upcoming next is the Truffle Shuffle.
No. I don't know. We'll do like we get to like 1 million viewers or something. No, I didn't just say that.
Yes.
No.
Yes. 1 million viewers,
Oh.
1 million subscribers on YouTube. No one's going to do the Truffle Shuffle. Make it happen. Please
You know
make it happen.
what? If it would get us part 2 of one of the most fantastic films ever put together, that the rumor of that part 2, if that could like be a part of you're here for the couch. Oh wow. There's so many stories to that. Okay. All right, people. This has gone farther than we thought it would. Andy, good to have you in here, buddy. Okay, the best way for contact is through him. I'm awful at all online everything. Yeah.
But I do have a little bit of breaking news for you right here, live, in person. He will be joining Facebook.
Oh, no.
Before the year is over.
No. Oh.
That is my goal, to get him online. He's like the Amish. He never touches anything modern. Not that Amish people are bad.
You know what? I'm with CN Mollier. I'm just here for the couch.
But seriously, you can contact us through email at paranormal_nights. That is spelled with an NIGHTS at yahoo.com. You can contact us via Facebook at the Supernatural and Paranormal University. You can subscribe to us on YouTube at youtube.com/The Paranormal Nights. On Twitter at Paranormal Night. Let us have the S. But it's, See, I can't do nothing with this guy. But yes, multiple ways to get in touch with us. We'd love to help you out anyway. If you want to be a part of the university, please join, subscribe, share with your friends. We want this to be a collective project with everyone. You too, Sean. Get off of that couch you're here for.
Everybody, been a great night. Thank you for being here. We look forward to talking with you again.
But before we go, Noah has an announcement to make.
I don't even know where to go, man. I said it total.
Franchising opportunities for yodeling yoga.
Oh, yeah, franchising opportunities for yodeling yoga. Then the next studio will be hot yodeling yoga. And if really,
All right,
to our friends, to our fans, thank you.
Thank you all.
Good night.
Have a wonderful night. And how do they always sign off? What was Walter Cronkite's sign off? I think this is epic, and we should have a great, wonderful sign off with Walter Cronkite. What?
I don't know. It's more funny like this. People, help us out. Give us some ideas on how you'd like us to do a sign out. I can think of some pretty big stuff, but
here's
what would you like to see?
Well, I think this is probably the most informational sign off that we could do. I hope it brings a lot of clarity to you and your thought process.